Hi guys, welcome to this session in Microsoft Word. In this module I want to show you how you can do a basic mail merge. So this video is a mail merge video for beginners. So first of all, I've got a Word document open on the screen, and what you have to do when you want to do mail merge is you have to merge that document, no matter what type of document that is, a letter, an envelope or labels. You need to merge that with a data source, a list of addresses or products or items. So to do that, there are several ways you can do. First of all, let's go to the Mailings tab and have a look. So these first two options that you see there are nothing to do with mail merge. Shouldn't really be on this tab, I don't think, but this is the start of the mail merge process, and they're the options you've got there. So I'm going to do a letter, and that's the one I'm going to select first of all, letters. So in the next step it says select recipients. So this is where I need to merge this letter or link this letter to a list of addresses in this case. Now there are two options there that I'm going to use both of. That one, create a new list, and this one, use an existing list. The third option there is contacts from Outlook, which I'm not going to cover. So the first option is create a new list if you haven't got a list. So that's the one I'm going for. And it's a case of just basically building up your list and filling this in, and then saving this as your list, which you can then add to and delete from if you wish. Now the fields that you get by default, if I go into customize columns, these are the custom fields. So if you're in the UK or wherever you are in the world, you might need to change some of these. So I'm going to rename that county, because we don't have states in the UK. County, and that's just going to be postcode, because we don't have zip codes. Now whether you keep these or not is up to you, so I'm going to get rid of some of these because I don't really want this information in this little database that I'm going to create. So deleting these off. I don't need the email as well. So whatever you want. I've got company name, first name, title, everything else. I don't need two addresses. Let's get rid of that. So you can keep it as tight as you want like that, or you can add extra columns. So that's okay for me. I'll click OK, and then you just start typing your list. Press tab to come across, and then you just fill in all this information in as you go. So I'll just add a few records, and then we'll come back to this. So I've just added 3 records there. That'll do for now. So once you've typed your list in, you can click OK, and then it will ask you to save that list. Steve data, that'll do for now I think, and it goes into my data sources, but you can put that wherever you want. So I'll save that list. So I've now glued this piece of paper with that list. If I click on edit recipient list, you'll see those 3 records that I just added, and there's the name of the data source. And if you want to edit that to add some more, you have to go back into that and carry on adding other records or editing this. Cancel that, click OK. Now to put that information into this document, you've got a few options as well. So address block will allow you to select a pre-formatted, if you like, list of address fields. So I'm going to leave it on the bottom one, click OK, and it drops it in like so. Now to see that, you click on this and you get the preview, and then you go next, next. There's only 3, and it shows you all 3 records. Now the other option is to insert the individual fields themselves one at a time to create this, which I'm going to do for the greeting line. So I've also got a greeting line option pre-formatted, but just to show you that you can do this manually, I'm not going to use this option. I'll come down and I'll go dear space, and then I'm going to insert the first name. That's all I need. Then I'm going to type a bit of a letter. How did you like? And now I want to put a field in. This is their address. I'm going to insert the city field, and it'll put that in there. Remember, if I take the code off, that's what it looks like if you don't click on preview results. Back to that. When you returned home. etc. So that's the letter, and what I now need to do is save this document as my main data source document, or my main letter. So Control S, I'll call it main data letter, and it's gone into documents. I'll do, save that. Now to finish the merge, you go to this step and you've got a couple of options as well, or 3 options. I'm just going to use this top option, but I could send it to a printer, so it would print a record, a page per record, or email. I've got no emails in this option, so I'm not going to do that one, so I'll do this one. This is going to go into a separate document. You've got an option to filter a record there, number of records from 2, there's only 3, so it doesn't really matter in this example. Click OK. And then what I've got now, so I'll just zoom down, you can see there that I've got a letter per person, like so. So for each person there is a letter, and it's got their name, dear Steve, dear Janet, dear Ben, and then whatever the city was as well. So this is like a dead copy. I can close this down, don't need to save it because I've got this saved. Now if I close this down and add a new record, so let's do that. So close, Control W. I do want to save it, so I'll just press S. Now if I open that up again, main documents, yes, it's asking me to connect again, so I am going to connect again, and I go to mailings and I want to add another person. So I go into there, I select on this, edit, and I add a new person, new entry, and this can be Mr. Clive Jones from Book IT. They all live next door to each other. 3 Red Road, Bradford, Yorks, etc. So you just type in this in, and then you'll just update this record in the actual database. So that's got to have a number in first, so just 6. OK, yes, OK. So now I've got 4 records, so when I go through them, there it is. You go through the merge again, edit individual records, all the records, and now you get 4. And again, I don't need to save this. Don't save it. This is the main thing that you save. So you could have a marketing mail merge linking into a data source. You could have a sales mail merge, whatever type of mail merge you want. You can just create these documents, link it to a data source, and then you just virtually just click in this. Now this was an example where I created a list in Word myself. Now I want to do a new document, so I'll close this down. A new document, Control N. I'm going to do the same thing, except this time I'm going to select a list that I've already got, and it's in an Access database, so I'll need to go search for it. So it's in Examples, Access, and it is Company Records, this one, and the table is called Address Details. So there's more information in this. If I go to Edit List, you can see there's loads of information already in there, and click OK. Go through the same process, address block, OK. This time I'm going to do the greeting line, OK. Enter, enter. Click on preview so you can see it, and then I'll just go through these, and you can see there's quite a few of these. And if I want to go back into edit, I can do this sort of thing, sort this list, filter this list. I'll just go and show you these. So filter and sort is the same thing really, it's the same box. So you can do it, filter, so you could maybe go city is equal to Leeds, and then it will just filter for Leeds. There's just 3, so you're filtering it before you do the merge. So if I clicked OK now and then did the merge, it would just be those few. 3, no more. So I'll go back into that and take that filter off and go up to the top, none, OK, they all come back, OK. Now I've got all of them, 13. Then I finish the merge, all of them go in there, and that's the output. Close that one down again, don't save it. Now go back into, if I open up Access and create a new record, because at the moment we've got 13, but I'll just add a new person in that database, and you can see that it automatically picks it up. So I've opened the database, I've opened address details, there's the 13 records. So if I do a 14th one, and call this Mr. John Jones 1 Black Street, Leeds, LE2 2RT. That's all I'll do. I'll put today's date in there actually. So that's now updated. Close the database down. Close Access down. I'll come back into Word actually. I will close Access down. I'll come back into Word. There's Word. I had to close the Word document down before I did that because it keeps the Access table open and you can't update it. So File, call Main. Yes. Just remember there was 13 records, but now I've added another one, and there it is, John Jones, the 14th record. So what you would do with this is you've connected these two pieces of paper together, if you like, a document with a data source. If the data source changes in numbers, that's automatically reflected in the Word document, and then you carry on the merge as I showed you before. So that's just a very quick basic look at how to do a mail merge by creating it yourself, a data source yourself, or using a data source that's already created. It doesn't have to be an Access, it could be Excel, an Excel list. You don't need to filter it in Excel because you can filter it when you get into Word. Same with Access, you can filter it in Access and send it from Access already filtered, but you don't need to because you can filter it in Word. So hopefully that video was of use. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you on the next one.